Are you following the FTX drama? Are you aware of the recent criminal charges filed against SBF? Hello and welcome to Coin Engine. Today's video will take a look at the current state of the whole FTX Fiasco and SBFs charges. For months, the world has been paying close attention to the FTX controversy, with more and more accusations being thrown around on a daily basis. Accusations that are now culminating in a lawsuit brought against its CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried. With accusations firmly rooted in fraud, money laundering, and other criminal charges, it's hard to know who is telling the truth or what will happen next. We will attempt to pull together all the elements of this complex story, as well as explore SBFs charges and what implications they could have on FTX. But before we continue with our video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for more amazing content. It's been almost 2 months since FTX filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on November 11, 2022. But even after all these days, news about FTX, Alameda Research, and Sam Bankman-Fried continues to come in. With so much going on, it can be hard to keep track of the court proceedings and the latest news. Keeping this in mind, we have compiled some of the latest and most important occurrences from the FTX events. So come along as we bring you up to speed. First of all, Sam Bankman-Fried has officially entered a not guilty plea at a U.S. District Court in New York on January 3. By doing this, he has basically denied all of the charges against him, which include wire and securities fraud, money laundering, and the violation of election campaign laws. So if SBF is found guilty, he could face the full force of the law, which could put him in prison for 115 years. The trial is set to begin on October 2. After SBF's not guilty plea was recorded, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York swung into action and made a special FTX task force. This task force will try to find stolen user funds and run investigations into the collapse of the exchange. The special team will work around the clock and use all of their skills and resources until justice is done. At the same time, records released by the White House show that SBF met with POTUS, Joe Biden, 4 times in 2022. According to these records, the most recent meeting was on September 9. When asked what this meeting was about, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said that the conversation focused on SBF's non-profit pandemic initiatives and some general information about the digital asset industry and cryptocurrency exchanges. According to campaign finance data released by the Federal Elections Commission, SBF donated about $40 million during the 2022 election cycle. It is said that most of this money, around $27 million, was used to fund the work of the Protect Our Future PAC, a group that works to prepare for pandemics. On January 5, there was more drama when the U.S. Department of Justice confiscated $450 million in Robinhood shares from FTX. These shares were bought with a $546 million loan from FTX's sister company, Alameda Research. Before the DOJ took over, BlockFi had sued FTX to get these shares. The bankrupt crypto lender claims that SBF promised these shares to BlockFi. But strangely, the next day, SBF filed a request to keep these shares in order to pay for his legal defense. In his filing, he also said that anyone claiming these shares should be turned down because they failed to prove why they deserve this form of relief. On January 5, U.S. authorities also turned their attention to Nishad Singh, who used to be the engineering director at FTX. Reports say that Singh was part of a wire fraud chat group with Caroline Ellison, Sam Bankman-Fried, and Gary Wang, the 3 accused in the FTX case so far. So the SEC and CFTC are looking into Singh's role in scamming FTX customers. Also, according to FTX filings, Singh received a $543 million loan from Alameda, another reason why law enforcement agencies are looking for the former engineer. More recently, on January 9, the former president of FTX US, Brett Harrison, came out and said that he would share everything he knew about the company in due time. This could make SBF nervous, since several of his co-conspirators and close associates are now offering full transparency. This may not be good for SBF, especially since he pleaded not guilty. Gary Wang, the co-founder of FTX, and Caroline Ellison, the former CEO of Alameda, have both pleaded guilty to fraud charges and are said to be working with authorities. And now Brett Harrison has added his name to the list. On the same day, Business Insider looked at FTX's bankruptcy court documents and reported on how luxurious and glamorous FTX officials' lives were before the crash. According to the results, the company went through $40 million in just 9 months, between January and September 2022. There's no way to know how long it will take for the courts to decide on the FTX case. Taking into account the size of the losses and the years of financial records that need to be looked at, it will take at least a few years. Until then, all we can do is wait and watch as events continue to happen. What are your thoughts about the video? Do you know someone who lost money when the FTX tumbled? Tell us in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your time. We'll see you later.